Hey there, sports fans and card enthusiasts. Welcome to the channel. Today we are at the Twin Oaks Sports Card and Collectible Show here at the Lloyd Center in Portland, Oregon. This is one of several Twin Oaks card shows that are held each month at locations throughout the Pacific Northwest states of Washington and Oregon. There are dozens of vendors at each show with items ranging from sports cards, comics, toys, sports memorabilia, and other collectibles. We're going to take a bit of an in-depth look at these shows, including an exclusive interview with one of the co-founders, Danny Oakden. These are super fun shows for collectors to be able to get out there and meet other collectors, vendors, find the right cards and collectibles that they're looking for, and it's just a really fun way to get out and connect in the sports collecting community. With that, let's get into it. So I'm here at the Twin Oaks Card Shows with one of the co-founders, Danny Oakden. Danny, tell us a little bit about the history of the Twin Oaks Card Shows. How did these get started, and how did you grow it into what it is today?
I think about 35 years ago, my dad and I, we were doing a show kind of like this in a gymnasium, and we had a hard time with the way it was run. It was unstructured, run poorly, and we kind of looked at each other and said, this is something that we could do. Let's try it. And we reached out to a school that we were with, got a gym set up with about 20 friends and dealers and people that we did shows with, and we started from there. Put together a little show and kept building.
Now, it's not just a sports card show. What's here? There's toys, there's comics, sports memorabilia. What else, have you guys had come through these shows?
Pokemon recently has been the massive boom. It's now, I could be mistaken, but I think it's the highest grossing asset in the world, is what I heard, based off of their toys, their games. Anyways, we were almost 100% sport card dealers with vintage items, and we're now about, I want to say 60-40 now, Pokemon and comics and card collectors and stuff like that. Funko Pop, I don't know if you've heard of that, but that's a big. None here, but we have a mall where we set up about 8 tables of just Funko Pop, and it looks like they have their own store.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know Funko's big for sure.
Yeah.
Now, were you a big collector yourself? I know I was a kid of the 80s and collected a lot back then, and then kind of got out of it for a while. What's your experience in being a collector?
It's a problem. No, it's a good problem. But yeah, no, I've always been a collector. I gathered. I go from games to Pokemon. I played Magic: The Gathering. I collect sports cards, basketball mostly. I just get into things, and then I just keep buying them. So yeah, I'm a collector. I don't have room for anything else. No.
When it comes to sports cards, are you more a fan of vintage or modern day cards?
I'm more of a fan of vintage when I'm building collections, but I also try and keep up on players, and I'm a collector and a gambler in a way. So I'll pick a couple players that I like, and every year I'll pick up rookies of football players, basketball players, guys that I'm investing in, I guess you would call it, and I load up on a couple players. But as far as my collection, I like the vintage. I like building sets. I like coming here and sitting down and going through boxes of just commons cards and putting sets together and talking to people.
Yeah, that's how I built my own Met set, complete Met set from '62 to present day. So
come in and sit down and go through cards.
So as a kid growing up in the '80s, card shows were everywhere back then. Today not so much. Online sites like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, auction sites, even YouTube. These are around, and collectors can find pretty much anything they need. Why is a card show like this important? What's good about the personal experience?
Yeah, no, I hear it is a big thing, and I would say probably 80% of the dealers here also sell online. Like they also have an eBay account, they love it. But for us, like this community, it's just important to once a month get together, and we offer affordable prices to be able to come in and set up and sell and talk to people and have just that connection, I guess, that experience to get together, yeah.
What would you say is the best part of the live card show experience?
I would say finding that gem, finding that thing on a table that you've been looking for, and being able to pick it up, right? Touch it, look at it.
I'm here with Terry Neisler. Terry, you've been exhibiting at the Twin Oaks Card Show for a while now. What are some of the best things about it?
The people I meet, the passion they have, watching little kids come in and being thrilled when I give them 15 free cards, and watching guys who are 70 years of age exhibit the same exuberance for a card they've been wanting all their lives. I just like the people, and the cards are beautiful. The feelings that they create for people are the best.
So these shows, these are spread out at locations across Washington and Oregon, across 2 states. It's got to be a lot of effort to put these shows on every weekend. What kind of goes into that, and what keeps you going?
Yeah, it's turned into it's an all-week project now, where we're online constantly, emailing, setting up things, collaborating with the mall owners, the management, with all the vendors, the dealers, making sure we've got the room, the space, and then we load up a trailer, and we're very turncoat production here. We load it all up, set it all up Friday night, take it all down Sunday after the show, and leave the space better than when we came.
So, and this is important to me, because living on the West Coast, there are communities that have been very underserved. If you live in the Midwest or the East Coast, you can find card shows still in a lot of locations. There's a lot more population back there. What do you hear from attendees and vendors about the value that having these kind of revolving shows bring, especially when there's been kind of an underserved community, if you will, for card shows?
Right. Yeah, and no, it's valuable because it's an opportunity to make a side hustle, right? A little income, a little extra income for these guys. And I said, probably 60 to 80% sell online, but there's definitely a crew here that they wouldn't even know where to begin with setting up an online. That we have people here that they've been with us for 30 years, and I've got 80-year-old gentleman down there who you wouldn't know where to begin with selling online, but he comes here and loves it. It's a great experience.
We're here with Sherman from King Dark Breaks at the Twin Oaks Card Show. Sherman, tell me a little bit about what you like with the Twin Oaks Card Shows and exhibiting here.
The biggest thing I like is the camaraderie with everybody who's into the hobby. I'm fairly new to the hobby myself, so I've gotten to make a lot of friends doing this and just learning a lot about the different cards and the hobby itself. So this is giving an opportunity for me to say, hey, I want to come get rid of some of the cards that I have while also enjoying my collection.
Awesome. What got you into the hobby? You said you're fairly new to it?
A friend of mine, I was going through some things, and he was like, hey, have you thought about maybe getting into cards like when you were younger? It's a good time filler, and you'll actually enjoy it since you enjoy sports. So I went to the hobby shop, bought a pack, this place in Vancouver, bought a pack, and now I got a lot.
And just to show, this card show isn't just about vintage. There's lots of modern cards as well. You have a lot of modern, looks like basketball and football cards here. What would you say is your kind of specialty or sweet spot?
I really I do enjoy both basketball and football. So personally, I put all the Patriots and Lakers aside because those are my team. But primarily football, I guess you could say, because I've been in football my whole life. So I really like to focus on that. And I just know a lot of people like basketball as well as my family is basketball.
Awesome. Cool. What advice do you have for first-time attendees? This is the first time they're actually coming to the show. Not necessarily a vendor, but somebody who's coming to look for cards and when it attends a show.
My advice would be, don't buy the first table you go to. Do the loop. Go around, take a look at everything, talk to everybody, get a good deal. Know the price of what you're looking for before you come.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big deal. Do a little research, know what you're looking for, and know how much you want to pay for that item, so that you're not stuck. You always know what you want to spend on an item.
Very true.
Yeah.
I wish I had gotten that advice of don't buy at the first table the first time I came, because that's exactly what I did.
All of us. All of us.
How about the vendors themselves? If somebody wants to be a vendor here, how do they get started, and what are some of the things that they'll need?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of times, I'll have to show you, I've got a great story of a vendor down here. They have 2 tables now, but they started a couple months ago, their very first show. They didn't know what to do. They showed up with a couple cards. They had some things. But they were woefully underprepared for the experience of what it's like to set up a table and be prosperous and stuff. But now they've got 2 tables, massive racks behind them. They've just turned themselves into a shop. So I think, we rent you, this is your space. We give you the space. You do with it what you will. And so if you want to have a banner in front of you, make a banner. If you want to give you space behind you, do that. I tell people, make your space yours, and people they'll find you. They'll come to you. Yeah.
You guys have done such a great job with these shows so far, obviously across multiple states. Are there plans to expand in the future, maybe to future locations or other venues?
Always looking to expand. Yeah, absolutely. We're always meeting with. The nice thing about having done this for the last 30 years, we have a lot of connections. So we know almost all the managers. Malls, we've kind of gravitated towards malls. So we have a nice web to reach out to in the Portland, Washington area. But as far as moving out and branching out, yeah, we're looking.
Finally, any last kind of words or plug that you want to give for why folks should come to the Twin Oaks card shows?
Yeah, kind of like what you said earlier. We kind of have a little bit of everything you're looking for. If you want, toys, comics, collectibles, just to kind of look around at just kind of cool stuff. It's a great event. Just come by. Everyone's really friendly, and I guarantee you're going to walk away having a good time.
If you're in the Pacific Northwest area and you want to check out one of these shows, they are super, super fun. I really suggest you do. Just go to www.twinoaksshows.com to find out when the next show near you is going to be. Again, thanks for checking out this episode. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and maybe we'll see you at one of the next shows. Take care.